Graduates, please be seated. Good afternoon. I'm Lori Laredo, the Assistant Superintendent, and it's my pleasure to welcome you to the commencement ceremony for the class of 2016. Joining me today on stage are members of the Board of Education, our President, Steve Matheny, Secretary, Jamie Dirtle, and board members, Dr. Patrice Hess, Matt Eckberg, Steve Knobloch, and Dennis Reinhardt. Also joining me on the stage today are Superintendent Dr. Chuck Nagel, Chief Financial Officer Damon Hackett, keynote speaker Mrs. Casey Pfeiffer, and our counselors Mrs. April Vasquez and Mrs. Jennifer Bishop. At this time, I would ask Stephanie Johnson to please come forward.
Good afternoon and welcome. Today is history in the making as we begin a new tradition of having graduation ceremonies here on our football field. I am honored to be graduating with East Peoria Community High School's class of 2016 and would like to extend my congratulations and thanks to fellow graduates for their hard work, faculty and school board for their guidance and patience, and family and friends for their love and constant support. The past 4 years have flown by and are now just fond memories that we'll have to remember our high school years by. Now we plan for the future and whatever it may hold. Steve Jobs once said, "You can't connect the dots looking forward, you can only connect them looking backwards. So you have to trust that the dots will somehow connect in your future. You have to trust in something, your gut, destiny, life, karma, whatever. This approach has never let me down and has made all the difference in my life." Everyone here in this sea of white and maroon has a dream. Visions that are unique to ourselves, hopes and wishes for the future. We all have the possibility to leave a lasting impact and change the world. I know that whatever you all choose to do, whoever you choose to be, you will succeed. You all have what it takes to become the leaders of tomorrow. I would like to end by saying it has been a privilege to know all of you. Congratulations and good luck.
Thank you, Stephanie. Tessa Colburn and Morgan Watson will now present the class gift.
The class of 2016's gift is not only to the school, but to the community as well. We've decided to donate signs at a few entrances of our city to promote our school. One sign will be placed at the entrance to the high school as well. The signs are planning to say, "You are now entering Raider territory," which welcomes all who drive into our town. Community pride has been growing more and more each year in the Middle Illini. Our hope is that by placing these signs, we can not only increase our community pride even more, but also increase our school spirit as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Tessa and Morgan, and thank you all from the class of 2016. The senior chorale members may now assemble. The chorale members, under the direction of Ms. Hannah Church, will be presenting for your enjoyment, "Blessing in the Leaving" by Susan Labar.
In the
Thank you, Ms. Church and members of the chorale. While their seniors are making their way back to their seats, I'd like to introduce the commencement speaker. This year's commencement address speaker was voted on and selected by the senior class. It is my pleasure and my honor to present to you this year's commencement speaker, Mrs. Casey Pfeiffer.
I want to start off by letting you guys know that I'm still pretty sore from moving my desk back and rinsing off my window of the blasphemies after that righteous senior prank. One of my favorite units I teach to my juniors is the theoretical lens unit. One of the lenses in which we look at literature and popular culture is through a feminist lens. This is why the kids so cunningly wrote "menist rule" on my window, as opposed to "Meninists rule," a male-initiated counter-movement against the feminist movement. Although I hope the Meninist movement doesn't gain too much momentum, considering these Meninists could not spell their name correctly. I realize that everyone in here knows at least one, if not a few, of these graduates here today. You know them as your own children, or as family members, as friends, or as a friend of your child, or maybe you know them as parents. The staff here today has been fortunate to know them as students, and it is through these lenses that we see these young people for who they are in certain roles. It is easy for parents and grandparents to see their children and grandchildren through the lens of a rose-colored pair of glasses, meaning that they are more perfect to you than they are to others who weren't responsible for bringing them into the world. But I will tell my graduates here today, and the families and friends in the audience, that these students have shown an impressive amount of character, leadership, responsibility, talent, intelligence, and compassion. Now, everyone knows I'm a bleeding heart when it comes to my students, but I can still objectively see that this class has class. Throughout the last 6 to 7 years, there has been numerous negative articles written about these students' generations. Millennials have been characterized by entitlement, self-absorption, and unhealthy addiction to technology and laziness. It is so easy to blame our societal woes on the younger generation, but this group of kids has proved this careless labeling wrong. I will tell you about the work this particular class has been up to in an effort to better their school, their local communities, and even the world. Throughout their high school careers, these students linked canonical texts to pop culture to expand their worldview. They have tackled theoretical concepts that are usually given at a college level. They have written to students in Africa who are learning to speak English and have gained vast amounts of empathy through reading. They help each other through the idiosyncratic moments. I have seen students going through a rough week only to be giving extra encouragement from their friends, or have joined Link Crew to help the incoming freshmen with their transition into high school. On their own initiative, a group of the graduates started a Girl Up program at our school, which is an international foundation recognized by the UN that raises awareness and money for girls who are living in less fortunate countries to become educated, safe, and healthy. They've been successful in starting this club and have even reached out to another Mid-Illini school to help with the efforts to empower young girls across the globe. As you can see, this group of graduates will undoubtedly make their local and broader communities better wherever they go, and have proven that our future is not in the hands of idle, self-absorbed young adults. It wouldn't feel right if I didn't give you some tips on being a decent human, so I'd like to offer some advice to you graduates in case you prove John Mayer wrong and find that there is such thing as a real world. First, continue to show empathy to those with less power and capital. There are a lot of people in this world that are downtrodden and suffering. Whether it be a lack of resources or a lack of emotional support, people need to be treated in a way that is respectful to their humanity as possible. My next piece of advice is to respect yourself. Whether it be taking pride in your work you are doing or surrounding yourself with people that will make you a better person, having respect for yourself and what you do will make you a happier person. Always remember that the personal is political. Do not underestimate those in power and the effects that can trickle down and affect your lives for the better or for the worse. Be aware of what policymakers are doing so that you will not be a passive citizen that does not challenge someone who could possibly be misusing power. Be self-reflective and go to a place that scares you. Pema Chodron argues that when we go to a place that is out of our comfort zone or a place that scares us, we learn more about ourselves and, more importantly, more about humanity. If you wrong someone in any way, reflect on that moment and do not be afraid to apologize. Many times, apologizing is better for the person that did wrong than it is for the person who was wronged. Being aware of and admitting your faults and shortcomings is the only way to grow. I hope that you all can continue to reflect on what needs work so that you may improve and play up your strengths. And finally, face challenges and difficulties with rigor and a stoic and compassionate heart, and you will find that you can accomplish anything. You have all shown dedication in being the change that you want to see in the world, and I am truly honored to speak at your graduation ceremony. You have all been such a special group of students that is very dear to my heart. Every single student at this ceremony has shown promise and potential at some point or another. I would wish you luck, but I'm afraid you simply do not need it. You have made all the things happen for yourselves, and I have no doubts you will continue to do so for the rest of your lives. Thank you, class of 2016, for giving me the opportunity to speak to such an impressive group of youth, and congratulations. I could not be more proud of you all.
Thank you, Mrs. Pfeiffer. At this time, will the senior band members please join the symphonic band for a special performance? For their final performance with the East Peoria Band, the senior instrumentalists have chosen Past to Present by Steve Reinke. And now enjoy the East Peoria Community High School Band under the direction of Mr. Kyle Newgard. Thank you, Mr. Newgard and members of the EPCHS Band. At this time, I'd like to introduce Mr. Damon Hackett, who will do the introduction of the top 10.
Today, we recognize the members of the class of 2016, the Board of Education, the faculty and staff, and of course, parents, relatives, and friends present this afternoon are extremely proud of this class. Members of the class of 2016 have distinguished themselves in regard to academic excellence. 16 seniors have been designated as Illinois State Scholars. 19 are Sterling Merit Award recipients. 33 have been initiated into the National Honor Society, and 47 have been recognized as Mid-Illini Conference Scholar athletes. Many members of this class were recognized at our annual honors program as recipients of scholarships and other academic recognition from groups within our community, various clubs, state and national organizations, and their respective colleges and universities. I now have the honor to present the top 10 students in this year's graduating class. I will call these students to come forward, starting with number 10 and working up to the valedictorian. Each student will receive a commemorative medallion and plaque as a remembrance of today. I will also introduce each student's parents, whom I would ask to stand and be recognized when I announce your name. Number 10, Kylie Faye, daughter of John and Lisa Faye. Number 9, Ashlyn Call, daughter of John and Carrie Call. Number 8, Noah Van Lanningham, son of Kelly and Laura Van Lanningham. Number 7, Aaron Foster, son of Jay and Jill Foster. Number 6, Brooklyn Lundquist, daughter of John and Tony Wyman. Number 5, Michael Rundle, son of Randy and Brenda Rundle. Number 4, Balin Paulson, son of Andy and Jen Paulson. Number 3, Stephanie Johnson, daughter of Donald and Isabel Johnson. The salutatorian of the class of 2016 is Richard Messer III, son of Richard and Cynthia Messer. During his time at EPCHS, Richard was on the football, wrestling, and tennis teams. In addition, Richard has been a member of the Latin Club, Key Club, Girl Up, and Link Crew. Also, Richard is an Illinois State Scholar, a Sterling Merit Scholar, a National Honor Society member, and a Student Rotary Club member. Richard's plans after high school are to attend Missouri University of Science and Technology for chemical engineering. Please welcome Richard Messer.
Thank you, Mr. Hackett, for the introduction. Thank you, Dr. Nagel, EPCHS board members, faculty, and staff for allowing me to speak today. I'd also like to thank our parents for helping us to get to where we are today. I know I couldn't have done it without my parents. Thank you, Mom and Dad. East Peoria Community High School has provided our class with exceptional and unique to our school opportunities to learn outside the classroom. From the Junior Achievement Business Simulation to the biannual Science Department field trip, our school ensured the most amount of students could benefit from these real-world applications of studies. These supplements to an already strong academic curriculum have prepared us well for the upcoming events in our lives. Unfortunately, high school cannot and will not be able to teach every lesson needed to succeed in life beyond its walls. One of these vital lessons is the importance of failure. Failure, as viewed through the eyes of a high school student, is depressing, disheartening, and depending on one's parents, means receiving a firm bow-upping. This concept will always be thought of in a negative way due to a school system that punishes one for the incorrect answers. However, failing in anything is like a double-bladed sword. It is up to us not to cut ourselves down from these mistakes, but to use them to better ourselves in every aspect of life. Failure is inevitable as we move forward in life. As former Olympic athlete Wilma Rudolph put it, winning is great, sure, but if you're really going to do something in life, the secret is learning how to lose. Nobody goes undefeated all the time. If you can pick up after a crushing defeat and go on to win again, you're going to be a champion someday. This no-quit attitude is displayed by Carolina Panthers quarterback Cam Newton. Love him or hate him, he has set many records in his young career. Newton is the only player in the modern era to be awarded the Heisman Trophy, win a national championship, and become the first overall pick in the NFL draft within a one-year span, even though his pro football career was nearly just a dream. After a prosperous high school season, Newton decided to go to the University of Florida. He attended the school for 2 years and was backed up to Heisman Trophy winner Tim Tebow. His second year, he was involved in a laptop stealing incident, which resulted in his immediate expulsion from school. After serving his required service hours, he enrolled at Blinn College. There, he won an NJCAA National Football Championship. That allowed him to transfer to Auburn, where he would win the BCS National Championship. He would then go on and get drafted by the Panthers and eventually play in Super Bowl 50. When most would have given up, Cam did not let his mistakes stand in his way. He did not allow himself to wallow in self-pity. The story is more meaningful than just a football career. It's about a young kid who was fresh out of high school, or the military, or in college, or the military, or a trade school, or even a job that fails a final an order from a boss. This kid might fail the class or lose the job, but they stay determined. Yes, they know they have wasted money and time, yet they learn from their mistake and they give their class another more focused or try or to get hired by a new job, ready to be fully responsible. These kids could very well be you and me, so eager to go out and conquer the world. But the fear of failure cannot stop you from giving it your all. Life can seem daunting. As the saying goes, when at first you don't succeed, try again. Rather than that, I'll leave you with my own words of advice. When you fail from succeeding, find a way to succeed from failing. Thank you.
Thank you, Richard. It is now my pleasure to introduce the valedictorian of the class of 2016, Hannah Schroer, daughter of William and Tiffany Schroer. During her time at EPCHS, Hannah has been a member of the Marching, Symphonic, and Pep Band, a member of Link Crew, Key Club, a blood drive coordinator, a member of Environmental Club, a student Rotary Club member, and a member of Girl Up. In addition, Hannah is an Illinois State Scholar, a Sterling Merit Scholar, a member of National Honor Society, and a member of the United Way Youth Council. In the fall, Hannah plans on attending Bradley University to seek a bachelor's degree. Please welcome Hannah Schroer.
Good afternoon, graduates. The thought of addressing all of you terrified me because I wasn't sure what to say. I wrote this speech 10 times over and I still turned it in late. I can't give you advice because I don't know any more about the world than you do. Change terrifies me, so standing up here telling you to embrace your future is hypocritical. And I cannot reassure you about your future because nothing is guaranteed. What I do know for sure is the impact that the last 4 years have had on our lives. High school wasn't perfect, and frankly, some of us despised every minute. We lost friends, we lost games, and we may have even lost our sanity. Most of what you need in life isn't taught in the high school curriculum. Thankfully, though, our most valuable school experiences weren't academic. For many of you, you're sitting here wondering why you wasted your time here, but what you don't know is that the struggle was worth it. The way I see it, high school has taught us all, in some way, 3 life lessons. We are responsible for what we get out of life. Maybe you stayed up late studying in order to pass a test, or maybe you spent hours on the basketball court before tryouts. Working hard helped you to pass the test and make the team. Put in the effort to accomplish your goals, because no one else can do it for you. High school has also taught us that change is okay. I already told you that change terrifies me, but that doesn't mean it's a bad thing. Throughout high school, we have changed. Our friends have changed, our interests and personalities have changed, and today things are changing even more. I won't tell you to embrace change because it's something that I'm working on myself. Just know that as you move forward, change happens. Be prepared for it. The last lesson is perhaps the most important. Relationships matter. The significance of your friends can never be underestimated. Whether you have 20 or just one close friend, going through high school was much easier when you had someone to talk to. Build relationships with teachers, coworkers, family, and friends, because it is these relationships that keep us sane. We can all agree that high school wasn't perfect. We didn't always win, but we played. We didn't always get perfect grades, but we made it to graduation. We didn't always love school, but we came. If high school has taught us anything, it's that the bad days are worth it. So here's to the artists, bookworms, and musicians, the athletes, the gamers, and the geeks. Here's to those of us who loved high school and those of us who hated it. No matter how the last 4 years have turned out, know that we have many more ahead of us. Here's to us, the class of 2016. Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you, Hannah. At this time, I will ask the Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Chuck Nagel, to come forward and certify the class of 2016.
It is my honor, by the power vested to me by the state of Illinois, that I certify that the class of 2016 has satisfied the prescribed requirements for graduation, and I call upon each member of the class to come forward and receive your diploma.
Hannah Lee Schroer, Richard Charles Messer III. Stephanie Adele Johnson, Balin Neil Paulson. Michael David Rundle, Brooklyn Alexandria Lundquist. Aaron Michael Foster, Noah Sagan Van Lanningham. Ashlyn Nicole Call, Kylie Irene Fay. Alex Thomas Albright, Jefferson Alvey. Jason Aaron Opperly Jr., Mackenzie Ray Anderson. Shelby Lynn Bond, Timothy Richard Bond. Joshua Russell Beard, Jade Greer Bonner. Ryan Daniel Bowers, Hannah Catrice Boyer. Austin Wesley Bradley, Amber Ray Bridgewater. Courtney Ann Brogdon, Cody Ulrich Brooks. Shania Lynn Brown, Kayla Nicole Burks. Cassandra Jordan Bazell, Gabrielle Lauren Cairncross. Lucas Kane Campbell, Jaime Perez Cisneros. Jaden Isaias Douglas Clemens, Drew Allen Clark. David William Klaus II, Madison Lee Klaus. Tessa Ray Colburn, Jessica Ashley Conover. Justin Andrew Conover, Miranda Lee Cook. Colden Michael Cornwell, Tatum Cheyenne Coyle. Matthew Scott Craig, Grace Nicole Crawford. Alexis Marie Curtis, Brendan Warfield Curtis. Asia K. Kim Dang, Caitlin Josephine Davis. Colin Lee Deering, Cameron Allen Delinsky. Rachel Rose Denning, Caden Michael DeVos. Jessica Deanna Dockin, Mason Daniel Dirtle. Allison Cherie Emmert, Larissa Marie England Harrington. Allison Mackenzie Flowers, Joshua Scott Franklin. Wajida Sakina Frazier, Madeline Rose Friend. Mitchell Lee Garman, Madeline Colleen Garrett. Kara Jo Gowitz, Alexandra Renee Gladson. Jordan Lee Gore, Adam William Gregg. Damon Martin Groves, Miranda Lee Hall. Joseph Michael Haller, Wendy Renee Hampy. Gabriel Devin Hansen, Nicholas Christian Harper. Adam Christopher Hawkins, Tiffany Paige Hellstrom. Brittany Elizabeth Henderson, Cheyenne Carolyn Henson. Rachel Marie Hilton, Morgan Nicole Hobbs. Zachary Chase Hogan, Elliot Taylor Horsley. Shane Austin Huser, Joey Dean Inman. Christopher Blake Jack, Jacob Adam Jager. Tyler Andrew Johnson, Maxwell Robert Capusta. Carl Richard Kaufman, Tanner David Kellum. Angela Renee Kelly, Caitlin Dawn Kern. Rajan Terrell Kitt Jr., Emmett Vaughn Klein. Jake Thomas Kleiber, Hannah Nicole Knowles. Lauren Melissa Lafferty, John Roland Ocean Lagrazola. Tyler William Lappin, Nathaniel Jacob Lathrop. Gianni Carl Latora, Jordan Hunter Leach. Tristan Bolden Ledford, Jonathan Frederick Lewis. Timber Alaska McPhee, Ricky Lorraine Marion. Abigail Marie Martin, Lucas Allen Martin. Nicole Lynn Martin, Skylar Danny Minders. Jenna Kathleen Meyer, Ian Allen Milstead. Emily Rebecca Moberly, Sydney Nicole Moeller. Elizabeth Nicole Moore, Alexis Ray Morgan.
Eric Matthew Lemoyne Morgan, Mercedes Ann Morgan. Brianna Jeanette Morris, Samantha Marie Morrow. Taylor Renee Myers, Lauren Elizabeth Now. Alexandra Rose Nelson, Brianna Hope Newton. Mika Kiaweaheulu Noguchi, Bailey Marie Nolan. Dakota Patrick Nunnery, Caitlin Marie Oliver. Samuel Jose Olvera, Aaron Ryan Ortega. Zachary Christopher Owens, Anthony Carlos Page. Aaron Michael Lynn Palmer, Caitlin Marie Pearson. David Anthony Perkins, Elizabeth Ann Peterson. Brandon Lee Phillips, Kyle Austin Poole. Brendan Marshall Potter, Seth Alexander Potts. Marissa Ann Putty, Jonathan Christopher Ramos. Jade Miguel Randall, Autumn Taylor Ray. Hernan Ezekiel Reese, Benjamin Ryan Michael Regan. Megan Lynn Remmert, Alec Tyler Wren. Tyler Thomas Rhodes, Carson David Richardson. Joshua Lee Risto, Selena K. Roberts. Devin Thomas Robison, Olivia Brianne Robison. Alexander James Roby, Madison Page Rockwell. Kirsten Jean Rodriguez Alderman, Isaiah Cameron Rosales Ballard. Blake Matthew Rose, Nicholas Ian Rowe. Charles Richard Rubel III, Matthew James Runyon. James William Sadoff III, Sabrina Marie Sauter. Timothy Daniel Sharpman, Alexa Christine Scotty. Gabriel Robert Skurlock, Emma Hope Sinemeyer. Ryan Joseph Shane, Bryson Seth Siebel. Ravinder Renee Singh, Connor Hamilton's son. Kaylee Jordan Summer, Christopher Douglas Summer. Stanley Guy Robert Sotomayor, Joshua Mikely Spokley. Nicholas John Spokley, Thayer Taggart Stanford. Braden Wesley Stewart, Kylie Danae Stewart. Joshua Taylor Stoltenberg, Phoenix Elijah Stewart. Tyler Scott Sunken, Haley Marie Sutherland. Serena Nicole Swisher, Bradley Jean Taylor Jr. Dusty Lee Thompson, Eden Nicole Torno. Lauren Sue Tranchitella, Cassidy Elizabeth Trueblood. Kayla Lynn Utley Benway, Selena Marie Vance Tresh. Emmy Janine Vickery, Cameron Austin Veal. Skylar Daniel Wade, Morgan Elizabeth Watson. Brittany Nicole Weber, Dalton Jeffrey Westbay. Tyler George Westbay, Bobby Joe Wheeler. Robert James Whelan, Cody James Wick. Briannia Kristen Williams, Echo Renee Williams. Reno Gage Williams, Dakota Wayne Wilson. Floyd Darrell Winkler III, Devin James Warwick. Chase Lee Wright, Nathan Ray Kraft. Erica Marianne Holmes, Darlene Lorraine Douglas. Michaela Rose Neiswinger, Taylor Raquel Starling. Danielle Nicole Livingston.
At this time, I will ask Balin Paulson to please come forward. Following his closing comments, I will ask that the audience please remain at your seat until the entire class has been recessed from the field.
Thank you again to parents, faculty, and staff for being here today and for all the support you have given to us in these last 4 years. Without your guidance and encouragement to succeed, we would not be in the same place that we are today. Now again to my peers, congratulations, you made it. Whether it was 4 short or long years, you kept pushing and striving to finish strong, and with that determination you did. Now as those 4 years come to an end and we begin the rest of our lives, continue to make your future the best one that you can have. And always continue to want the best and do not take no for an answer. Make goals and achieve them, keep your focus on the future, and learn from the past. There will be things that stand in your way, but find a way around them. Your future is what you make it, and the only one stopping you is yourself. Congratulations again. It's a great day to be a Raider.
Thank you, Balin. Okay, graduates, will you please stand? Now that you have completed all requirements and have received your diplomas, you may move your tassel to the left side to symbolize your graduation. And now it's my pleasure to present to you the class of 2016. Congratulations to all.